In the shadowy world of espionage, what unique roles and responsibilities does the CIA undertake? The CIA's core mission is gathering, analyzing, and shaping vital intelligence data for national security. Can the CIA, an agency without law enforcement powers, actually catch corrupt cops? Stay with us as we uncover the answers and dive deep into the intriguing world where intelligence meets corruption. Hit the like button and subscribe for more gripping tales from the world of covert operations. Roland Carnaby, a Lebanese-American CIA agent, was involved in a tragic high-speed automobile chase in Houston, Texas back in 2008. The event started as a traffic violation. When he revealed his CIA affiliation to a doubtful police officer, things got worse because the officer was unable to verify his identity, leading to an impending arrest. Carnaby's effort to flee, disobeying Texas law, set off a 50-minute, 120-mile pursuit. What's the climax of this high-speed car chase? Like something out of a Hollywood blockbuster. Well, just when you thought it couldn't get more thrilling. Oops! His car ran out of fuel and he had to stop. Officers arrived at the car in the midst of the confusion, holding batons and telling Carnaby to get out. Their actions escalated to the point where they were using their batons to smash the passenger side window. Reluctantly getting out of the car, Carnaby tragically died while reaching for his phone. An officer, with his gun out, moved to the front of the car and fired a fatal shot. Carnaby was taken to the hospital after suffering for a painful 12 minutes on the pavement. The aftermath led to confusion within the police force regarding public disclosure. Did the officers truly believe their actions were justified? Internal Affairs used their conviction to support the shooting. The police officers' union supported this position, claiming that the officers were forced to make snap decisions that they thought were right. Amidst the controversy, Gary Blankenship, representing HPOU, announced plans to appeal the disciplinary actions. In a surprising twist, the officer responsible for pulling the trigger, Charles Foster, still faces consequences for breaking police conduct rules, according to the Internal Affairs report. The police union stands by their officers and plans to challenge the Internal Affairs findings. Do you think everyone within the police department supports the incident? Absolutely not. There's no unanimous police support for this incident. In fact, some, like former officer Tommy Nixon, have a completely different perspective. He thinks things could have been handled better. He says police training guides officers to keep distance, find cover, use the PA system, and stay behind their vehicles. Nixon even suggests these officers' careers in the department are practically over. Foster and his defense argue that the department's limited training on high-risk stops left him unprepared. The training, done in a classroom with chairs to mimic stopped cars, may not have been enough. The matter reached the U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans in 2010. The lawsuit was brought up by Susan Carnaby, a Houston educator, and Ronald Carnaby's spouse. It centered on the behavior of the officers and the training protocols of the department. Susan argued that the use of deadly force had violated her husband's constitutional rights. A federal judge had previously rejected the case back in 2009, ruling that the policemen had not broken any laws and had only been afraid for their lives. Susan Carnaby pressed on in her legal battle against all odds. She argued that the cops were not properly trained to deal with circumstances of this nature that carry a high level of danger. She and her lawyer argued that lethal force would not have been required if they had approached Ronald's car in a different manner. Attorney Kellen, representing Mrs. Carnaby, stated that if the correct protocols had been followed, Carnaby would still be among us today. The next compelling story involves an accused CIA spy who was detained following a shooting incident. In 2021, a bizarre occurrence occurred on Interstate 95 in Martin County, Florida, including a shooting spree. Aaron Fedukovich was a man who claimed to be an undercover CIA agent looking into the Miami Mafia. Thinking they were part of the Mafia, he opened fire on passing cars. But investigators suspected he might be dealing with drug-related problems or mental illness. Is there more to this case than meets the eye? Fedukovich is facing a charge of aggravated battery, and they're going to check his mental health soon under the state's Baker Act. He is being jailed at the St. Lucie County Jail on a $75,000 bond. When all the facts are on the table, the state will play their cards right. Don't you think such situations should be handled more effectively, whether they're law enforcement officers or intelligence agents? Comment below.